tonight's training. Let me say up front that congratulations, you've made it to the advanced rank. Looking at the faces I see on this Zoom, every one of you have made some money in this business. Yes?
Yes.
And
Yes.
at this point, one of the things that we want to cultivate in our culture, especially to increase production, is understanding production culture and, more importantly, what we have our hands on. Understand, when it comes to objections, do you know the source of the biggest objections in this business?
Money.
What is that?
Everybody
Time.
right here.
Money and time.
Time and money.
Everybody
Mindset.
tap yourself right here on your right temple.
Mindset.
Tap yourself over here on your left temple. Most of the objections that your business has encountered, along with the objections that your business partner have encountered and let fall by the wayside, exist in your head. Meaning the biggest group of prospects that have not seen the business is because we didn't finish inviting them. Makes sense?
Yep.
And part of it comes down to understanding our ability to appreciate our assets. So if you're taking notes, put that in your notes, appreciating our asset. Your number one asset in life, whether you're an MWR or not, is your ability to generate income. Say it again, your number one asset in life is your ability to generate income. And I'm going to use the word appreciate in two different ways. What's the number one way we think of appreciation? We think of appreciation as a way of thanking. Yes?
Yes.
I'm so thankful
I was
for
about
you.
to say
I
that.
appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
I sure appreciate you is how we say it in Atlanta. That is ISHOPREECHA. I sure appreciate you.
Show appreciate you. Appreciate it.
Let's get all the words out at once. But the other
One word.
financial definition of appreciation is increasing value.
And value.
Does that make sense? And when it comes to this business, one of the reasons that the MWR business model is so powerful is it allows us to increase our earning power with leverage. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You know, it's one of those things. Sometimes I just have to remind myself what we have our hands on, because it is easy to confuse cost and value. Meaning the biggest problem people have with staying focused in MWR is it doesn't cost enough money to get in.
Right.
It doesn't cost enough money to get in, doesn't cost enough money to stay in. So the barrier of entry is low. What does that mean? Also, the barrier of exit is low. They value the job, a real estate investment, even a stock that costs the same price, that if it goes up a quarter, they made a quarter. They value that more than a business that they have the ability to improve with leverage. So first going to talk about appreciating your asset and making sure that each and every one of us walk out of this room. Now, this training might not be for you to train to your team. It might not even be for you today. But what I want you to walk away is understand and appreciate your asset. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That value versus price equation. Unfortunately, this business costs $249 up front to get in. $149 per month is the required overhead for owning and operating an MWR franchise. Well, what does that mean? As we go through, we get positioned in the places where people want to be financially. Meaning Robert Kiyosaki, he said, he had a book. Any of y'all read The Business School for People Who Like Helping People?
No.
No, I have not read that.
No.
Oh man, listen. For all the stuff that's in Rich Dad, Poor Dad about real estate and the leverage that they got in real estate, understand leverage in real estate means if I got $10,000, I can leverage a $100,000 asset for $10,000. But at the same time, I can take this same $249 and create more income than that $10,000 did. Am I making sense so far?
Yeah.
Yes.
Meaning now go on to say, especially from where we are in Financial Literacy Month, man, y'all got to understand this business. They say that they're the four quadrants. Most people come into the business on the left hand of the quadrant trying to get out of the rat race. This business builds the two sets of assets that let them do it. There's passive income and portfolio income right with what we do. We get to be in the right hand of the quadrant. We get to cross over to that 3%. Here's the problem though. Most of us still act like we are only employees or only self-employed.
Mm.
Don't maximize the leverage because we go too slow and tell too few.
Mhm.
Oh, by the way, David Bach, if you're ever looking for something to upgrade your mind, your thought process about improvement and automating the millionaire process, David Bach, when he talked about network marketing, he says, number one, there's so many people out there that have the objective to be in business, but don't know what it takes to start the business. But the moment you join, you're in business. And guess what? You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to figure out how to make a website. You don't have to figure out how to build a comp plan or even the training. You don't have to do the presentation yourself. And you get mentors and experts in the financial. I want y'all to think about this. We have 3 categories of expertise. We have a set of experts that are dedicated to helping you maximize the cash flow that you have from whatever source of income you have. You just got to put them to work. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
We also have a set of experts that once you have some money, here's a problem most people have with investing. They want to invest, but they don't have any money they can put aside.
Right.
Right.
I want y'all to hear that. They want to invest, but they don't have any extra money they can put aside. All their money is tied up in their 401k and their house. Yes.
Yeah.
So now but that's the thing. We got a third set of experts, and this is the income stream that we can impact the fastest and most continuously. You got a set of experts that stay up at night and interrupt the middle of their work day to figure out how can we help the team make more money. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it is one of those rare places where people that are evaluating the business, thinking about the frustration they have, sometimes they forget about the magic that they have. And here's the thing. When it comes to network marketing, we got to open our minds. See, most people get in network marketing, they don't study networking and they don't study marketing, therefore they don't create. And you got to understand this business is simple, is not easy. But the more time you spend around people with stinking thinking, they will sell you their plan. Like it's a 3 to 5 year plan that anybody could run through and get to the place where they're making a significant return on investment. Well, what do you mean significant? People say, well, but like right now, I'm not. So my $4,000 a month. Everybody do some math with me. $4,000 a month, right? $4,000 a month.
Yeah.
$4,000 a month divided by $149. What's that?
$26.85.
Yep.
What is it?
$26.85 or $26.85. Sorry.
It's 2,600%.
Return on investment.
So when we talk about a private reserve account getting 8 to 18%, or land bank getting 43%, 2,600%. Now do this other math though, 30,000. I mean, I just want y'all to know that's going to end up a percentage. An amount per month divided by an amount per month, 30,000 per month divided by 149.97 a month. What's that?
201.
201,000% monthly return on investment. You got to appreciate your ability to create an asset that does that and be excited enough to overcome your own internal objections and the objections of the people that we talk to. Because I can tell by the questions we get sometimes, people run in fear of just the fact that people won't get started. But I want y'all to understand, I looked up the Direct Selling Association stats. Did y'all see this? Do y'all know the DSA exists? Direct Sales Association covers all the direct sales types of companies in the world, but it's a $42 billion industry that we're in. 7.3 million people are in it. And the growth categories over the last 5 years, it's been 6.4% growth. That was at the beginning of the pandemic. Y'all see me? And look at the spike in services sales. That's where we fit in the demographics for Direct Selling Association. And then by race, even though it feels like there's a lot of us in MWR, this industry is only 8% African American. 86% are over here looking a different color. What does this mean? Somebody's going to get in this business that doesn't look like us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
23%. I mean, it's so many different things to just understand. This is business. People of all shades and colors are getting in the industry, and we got the best business in the industry. But I want to just do this today. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, people be like, man, I don't want it. Because here's what happens. People in the business undervalue the asset because of what they think. I don't want to introduce it to him because he don't do these kind of things. And this is the number one get them. Like they be like they run and feel like, is this a pyramid? No, this is a pyramid. This is a pyramid. I want to show people a pyramid up front so that they know a pyramid is the strongest architectural structure known to man. The pyramids have been
Affirmatively,
standing
this is
on
not.
the face of the earth since antiquity, and they are going nowhere.
Mm.
This on the back of this dollar. Oh, I scroll past the part where back of the dollar. You look at the back of your dollar. It's a pyramid on the back of the dollar talking about
Yeah.
trust. Yes.
Mhm.
So it's not any problem with the geometric shape of a pyramid. The problem is people's perception of what a pyramid is. And by the way, it's a lot of things that we trust that are pyramid in structure. Yes.
Yeah.
You put people together. Your family is what?
A pyramid.
It's a pyramid. You got your great grandparents, your grandparents, your parents, your siblings, your nephews, your grandchildren, all the generations. It's gonna start small at the top, and as the organization grows, it gets bigger. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Church,
Government.
church
biggest
pyramid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got pastors,
Overseer
assistant
first.
pastors, deacons. Got the ushers, all the volunteers, choir, and then everybody else sitting in the pews. Yes.
Yeah.
But now here's what happens. We get really comfortable
The
being
lay
in
members.
pyramids until we get empowered to be at the top. Put that in your notes. Because think about this, corporate America. They say corporate America, you get a good, safe, secure job and live happily ever after. Well, what does that structure look like?
Mm.
You got a CEO, president, vice president, upper management, middle management, and us. And when I say us, this got personal for me.
That's everybody.
I work for a publicly traded company.
Mm.
So in our earnings reports, executive packages are disclosed. So if you think about this is structure of Microsoft. Y'all know that's my day job. Y'all might not have known this. Satya Nadella has been the CEO of Microsoft since 2015. I know y'all still think Bill Gates is like the CEO of Bill Gates is off living life. But Satya guided Microsoft through this whole cloud implementation. He has 5 C-level executives, and he's also the chairman of the board of directors. Satya made $54.9 million last year.
Oh my God.
Wow.
54.9, and he'll make about 10% more year over year because most of his compensation is in stock. His salary's right about $2.5 million. His on target earnings another $1.5 million, $44 million stock package. He owns equity and leverage in the company. Now, did you see this? Microsoft also has 1,417 vice presidents. To them, three to 5 managers, and then it's just a big pyramid. And here's what I understand. Satya wasn't selling no enterprise software last year. But he has leverage. What leverage does he have? Me.
People.
Right.
He got you.
You got me. You got me and hundreds of thousands of people that have signed up to be a part of his organization. And he has the ultimate leverage in that company. Does that make sense? Because what's the percent? Like whenever people are really objecting to, is it a pyramid? What are they saying? People at the top make all the money. Here's how you know we are not in a pyramid. Like the CEO at Microsoft makes more money than every one of the people that he pays. I want you to know that. And they make more than everybody the level below them. That's just how that is. In this business, somebody that you sponsor can make more money than you. Somebody that I sponsor makes more money than me. Y'all know me over there training other people in how to get over here. I want you to have that as a real life example of here's a place where if you do the work, they pay you. You get the leverage. And what I call our version of leverage is fair, meaning everybody has the same amount to gain. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because let's see, as a CEO of your business, you start at the top and you build your bottom. Here's the challenge with once we have to talk to people, for most of us, we're worried that people won't get started. And do you know that what you think about, you bring about?
Yep.
Meaning there are people that should probably be in my business that are in this business, but they ain't get in this business with me. Because I said to myself, well, Frank and Nicole, they too busy. They over there doing their real estate thing. Man, Frank and Nicole are killing this business. And it's so as you think CEO, start thinking board of directors. With our new compensation plan, with our new investment offerings, we got to be thinking about the wealthiest people we know, not the people that frustrate us because they still won't send their credit reports in to get their credit score up. Does that make sense? And it's not, this is not the only place. I just wanted to make the contrast. And I did MLM because I wanted to go back old school. Everybody remember old school? They call it multi-level marketing. And people
Yeah.
say, is this MLM? I'm not doing MLM. Well, I'm just comparing it to business. If the number one investment class is business, let me say that again. Number one investment class is business. Meaning, I know people say, well, people make good money in real estate
Marcus,
and people make great
I
money
done gave
in
you
the stock
$100 and
market,
some
right?
dollars in the last
If you
week.
think about it, in the stock market, when you invest in the stock market, do you know you're investing in someone else's business?
Yeah.
Because somebody gets paid.
I just want you to understand
doesn't.
that the earnings, like they do have a motivation. They got to get the revenue so that the shareholders are happy, but that's still someone else's business. Do I have a problem with investing in somebody's business? No. I just don't have any
Shop with them.
control over what happens in their business.
Right.
I can make some good guesses. I can make some good predictions. But in this business, as a CEO, we get all the benefits of having our own website, our own comp plan. They do the payroll. We don't have to figure out the attorneys. We get to work from home versus having to have a place to be. So we got the low overhead, low startup costs. We can do this business anywhere with a cell phone and a laptop. I mean, it's not that we can recruit people in any country, but I bet if you're in France and you're talking to somebody about this business, they're trying to figure out how you got France. It's no limits on how much money you can make. Think about it. Even those of us that are in sales, we'll be given what's called an incentive compensation plan. Chuck, you got an incentive comp plan at work, right? They give you a base salary and they have what's called on target earnings or OTE. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And their goal is for you to make the target. And the bonus is actually, instead of going up, the more productive you are, they actually go down so that you don't blow their forecast. They want predictability. Does that make sense? Over here is no limit on how many people we can help. The problem is we get 3 and start focusing on those 3 and what they doing or not doing, when it's the best thing that we can do for those 3 is help them close, but also go to work and show them the process that we went through. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then last thing, if you think about this, everyone has the same amount to gain. In fact, it's in the advantage of a new person when they get started in business. I make sure that I'm clear with people that start with us. I want to get you promoted today or this week if you let me. Right? Why? It's worth more to you to get this done this month than it is next month, but I know that better than you do. Right. I know that if we find your 3 all at one big pile, now you got a better success story. It'll be easier for you to have posture as you build your business versus trying to figure out when your W-4 adjustments come. Make sense? All right, so that was that part. Any questions on